If you want 2026 to be your best year yet, making it better than 2025, don't just try harder. Do this instead. Build momentum. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. Life gets busy, people get tired, but motivation is the thing that will carry you through life, even when you feel like doing the thing you know you should do or not. In this video, I'll be sharing with you my 5-step momentum framework that I believe will be very helpful in ensuring that you create lasting success in 2026. Something that I've learned and I believe would also be very beneficial and helpful for you as well. Before you move on any further, stop and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. That way you're going to get notified each time I post videos like this. Talking about the 5-step momentum framework, the first is to assess 2025. Most people begin the new year creating new goals without assessing the previous year. The truth is, if we fail to assess the previous year, we are going to replay it, the bad along with maybe the good as well. But we don't want to leave that to chance. That's why it's also very helpful that we're intentional about assessing the year. 3 questions are going to be very essential in this area. Number 1 is to find out what worked. So when we find out what worked in 2025, we're going to be sure to do more of it so that we get even better results. The second question is to find out what didn't work. We want to find out what did not work for us, what are going to be those things that we need to throw away, because the more we spend time doing what does not work, the less time we have to spend on doing the things that actually do work. And the third question is, what am I going to do differently? Now that we know what worked and what didn't work, we have to assess what are we going to do differently. For example, if you said to yourself that you're going to be working out 3 times a week, but you notice that you weren't doing it, you're leaving it up to chance. Something you can consider is to put more structure and outline the specific days and the time that you want to work out in the week. So that way you know what you need to be doing during those times. So that's something that you could possibly do differently. So an action plan here would just be to consider and you look at the different areas of your life, especially with the goals that you had set for yourself in the previous year. What worked, what didn't work, and what are you going to be doing differently? Something for you to think about. Step 2 is to create a compelling vision of 2026. The truth of the matter is, if we're not clear about the direction we want to go, we're going to end up going in the priorities of other people, which may not be the best for us. And one of the things that we also want to consider is not just what are we going to start, but what are we going to finish. And so you think about end of the year 2026 and just imagine, what are you going to be celebrating? What are the things that you're going to be proud of? What are going to be the things that you're going to be excited about that maybe you'll be celebrating and sharing maybe with me as well? Whether it's going to be the fact that you were able to shed a certain amount of weight, you're able to make a certain amount of money in your business, or you're able to land a promotion. So when we have a clear, compelling vision of what we want, it helps us to go in a very, very straightforward direction. And when we're clear about the outcome that we want, it becomes easier for us to determine the plan that we can set and also to execute consistently on what we want as well. So if you already haven't done so, spend some time to think about what you would like to be celebrating by the end of the year and write it down. And maybe you can even be calling it out loud as well, so that you can call those things that don't exist as though they exist as well. Step number 3 is to create goals that are based on the vision that we just set. This is where most people get it wrong, and I know I used to be part of them as well. You see, there are 2 different kinds of goals. There's the activity-based goals and the result-based goals, and they are just, again, as their name implies. Most times, people create result-based goals, and they worry why they're not getting any closer to those goals. And that's mostly because they failed to create activity-based goals and also identity and the environmental factor as well. I'll give you a very good example. So let's say that an individual, John, is looking to lose 20 pounds by the end of June in the new year, and that's all he focuses on. He's going to feel really very frustrated because he cannot control the results. But what he can control instead would be the activity, the identity, and the environmental factor. The activity in the sense of he can decide that he wants to be working out, say, 3 times in a week for 1 hour. That he can do. And he can also consider changing his identity. The identity and believing that he is the kind of person who works out. He's the kind of person who can be in the best shape of his life as well. And when it comes to the environmental factor, he can choose to go to the gym and to have individuals who can be his gym buddy. But most people, they only focus on the results and they worry why they're not getting any close. And it's mostly because they have neglected the activity, the identity, and the environmental factor. How about you? Thinking about the goal that you're looking to accomplish in the new year, or the goals, it's not enough for you to think about the results. You should have the one result. You should have at least 2 different activities. You should have the one identity, and you should also have the environmental factor that would ensure that you stick to and you accomplish that goal or those goals. And most of the time, I just notice that people don't fail because they are lazy, but mostly because they don't have those goals that are tied into their day-to-day behaviors, and also putting them in the environments that would help them stick to the goals. Step number 4 is to get accountability. Let's be honest, doing it alone sometimes can be hard. And that's not just because we are lazy or we are weak. It's just because we are human. And from time to time, we can start to negotiate on our own when it's just us and nobody is watching. But having accountability ensures that we don't negotiate on ourselves. That's why it's important to have the right accountability. And accountability is not just someone who is just going to say yes, yes, yes to us or comply with us. It's going to be someone who can encourage us, who can challenge us, and also help us be the best version of ourselves as well. One thing that you've probably noticed is those top individuals who are in athleticism or in other area of business, they have people who hold them accountable. And that just mostly because sometimes we can give up on ourselves, but when we know that somebody is watching or we have committed and given somebody our words, we are less likely not going to give up on ourselves. So one of the action plans that you can consider is messaging a friend, maybe even right now, and tell them that you would like for you. So one of the things that you can do even right now is to message a friend and just ask them if they can hold you accountable. Spend about 15 minutes every week to hold you accountable on what you have committed to yourself. And definitely this is going to be a game changer as well. Something that I can attest to even in my own life as well. And the accountability partner can be a coach, a mentor, or someone who is going to tell you the truth and not let you sleep on your own self. If you're still watching and you already haven't done so, just stop and hit that subscribe button. That way you're going to be able to see each video when I drop them here on YouTube. Step number 5 is to track progress. Tracking is the difference between hope and control. That's mostly because whatever we track improves and whatever we don't track likely would decline. And tracking also helps make the work less emotional, because sometimes it's possible for the mind to forget, but when we track, we can actually see what was actually done and what was not done, which is the truth and facts that would remain. There are usually 2 different types of metrics that we would normally track. One of them would be the activity metric, which is the lead measure. That could be the amount of workouts you completed, the amount of calls that you made, or the number of hours that you slept, if sleep is something that is important to you. The second kind of metric would be the result metric, which would be the lagging indicators. That can turn out to be the weights, the revenue, or the amount of money you were able to save as well. So it's also really very important that we track our progress on a regular basis. The more often we track it, the more we can find the faults and we can quickly course correct. So as you continue in the week, it will be very beneficial to spend some time, even if it's 15 minutes, to just take time to track the progress that you're making towards the goals that you are also working towards as well. So those are the 5 steps of the momentum framework that I believe would help with respect to making lasting success in 2026. And I'll do a very quick recap. Number 1 is to assess 2025. Number 2 is to create a compelling vision of 2026. Number 3 is to set goals based on the vision. So those will be the result-based goal, the activity-based goals, and also the identity and the environment that would help with achieving those goals. Number 4 is to get accountability. Number 5, the last but not the least, is to track progress. If you found this video helpful and you know you need help with respect to creating that compelling vision or the plan for 2026, I'll be more than happy to help you. I would like to invite you to schedule your free complimentary strategy session. And on this session, it's just 45 minutes. I'll walk you through the clarity, helping you to get clarity on the vision as well. I'll also help you to take the vision and break them down into the goals, and then you know what you need to be doing on a weekly basis and also on a consistent basis so that you can make good progress towards that goal and the vision as well. And also be helping you to identify obstacles that may want to get in the way, whether it's habits, negative habits, or mindsets that may want to hold you back, and also show you how you can overcome them as well. At the end, you're going to feel really very excited and confident about moving ahead in 2026. So you can find the link in the description of this video. I would definitely love to support you on your journey. And before you go, comment momentum in the comment section and also one goal that you're committed to working towards in 2026. And if you already haven't done so, pause and subscribe to this channel so that I can get notified each time I post more videos on this, on strategy, and not just on inspiration as well. I wish you the best in 2026. God bless.